In this video, we learn about how to divide polynomials. We already know that if you divide 5 by 2, we can simply use the long division method. That if 5 divides 2, we have 2, and we multiply 2 by 2 to get 4. Then we subtract 5 from 1 to get 1. This is called the quotient. It's called the quotient. This is the remainder. And this is called the divisor. And this is the dividend. All right, we are going to use the same approach for polynomials. For example, if we want to divide 2x cubed minus x plus 52 by x plus 3 in order to find the remainder, the dividend, and the quotient, it's the same thing. We are dividing this expression 2x cubed minus x plus 52. We can see that there is no s squared, so we can simply replace s squared with 0. So we have x plus 3, the square root of 2x cubed. There is no s squared, so we can say 0x squared minus x plus 52. So just like we divided 5 by 2, we divide 2s cubed by x. We divide 2s cubed by x. That will be 2x squared. And just like we multiply 2 by 2 to get 4, we multiply this expression here, x plus 3, by 2s squared. So if we multiply x plus 3 by 2s squared, x times 2s squared is 2s cubed. And 3 times 2s squared is 6x squared. Remember, when we multiply 2 by 2, we subtracted 4 from 5. 5 minus 4 is 1. So the same procedure, we subtract 2s cubed minus 2s cubed. That goes to 0. This is 0x squared minus 6s squared. So it becomes negative 6s squared. Remember, we left with negative x plus 52. Negative x plus 52. We can repeat the procedure again. Just like we did, we divide this by this. We divide 5 by 2. So we have to divide negative 6s squared by x. We divide negative 6s squared by x. And that will give us negative 6x. Then we multiply x plus 3 by negative 6x. We multiply x plus 3 by negative 6x. If we multiply x by negative 6x, we get negative 6x squared. If we multiply 3 by negative 6, we get negative 6 times 3 is 18x. Of course, one more time we subtract just like we did. Negative 6s squared minus 6s squared, that goes to 0. Negative x minus negative 18s squared is 17x. Negative x minus negative 18x is positive 17x. Then, of course, we have 52. This is 17x, this is x. We can still divide. We can divide 17x by x. If we divide 17x by x, we will have 17. And of course, we multiply x plus 3 by 17. So x times 17 gives 17x. 3 times 17 also gives 51. We can subtract again just like we did. So this minus this goes to 0. 52 minus 51 is 1. So in this case, we know that the remainder is 1. The quotient The quotient is 2x squared minus 6x plus 17. 2x squared minus 6x plus 17. And the divisor, of course, is x plus 3. So this is how to find the quotient and the remainder in this expression. Let's do one more example. If we want to find the quotient and remainder when x cubed plus 5x squared plus 5x minus 2 is divided by x plus 2. We want to find the quotient and the remainder. It's the same approach. X cubed plus 5x squared plus 5x minus 2. S cubed divides s squared. S cubed divide x, S cubed divide x. That will give us s squared. We multiply x plus 2 by s squared. If we multiply x by s squared, we have s cubed. If you multiply 2 by s squared, you have 2x squared. And we can subtract. S cubed minus s cubed is 0. 5s squared minus 2s squared, that gives 3x squared, plus 5x minus 2. This is 5x, this is the negative 2. Of course, this is s squared, this is x. We can repeat the procedure. We divide 3s squared by x. If we divide 3s squared by x, we have 3x. So that is 3x. And we multiply x plus 2 by 3x. If we multiply x by 3x, we have 3x squared. If we multiply 2 by 3x, we have 6x. When we subtract, 3x squared minus 3x squared go to 0. 5x minus 6x is negative 1x. Of course, there is this negative 2 here. We can bring it down. This is negative x, this is x. We can still divide. Negative x over x is negative 1. And we multiply x plus 2 by negative 1. X times negative 1 is negative x. 2 times negative 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. So we subtract. Negative x minus x is 0. Negative 2 minus negative 2 is 0. So the remainder is 0. The quotient is x squared plus 3x minus 1. So we can see that the remainder was 0. If you divide any number by its factor, it gives a remainder of 0. For example, we know 2 is a factor of 10. If you divide 10 by 2, you get 5, remainder 0. So since the remainder here is 0, we can conclude that x plus 2 is a factor of s cubed plus 5s squared plus s cubed plus 5x squared plus 5x minus 2. All right, let's look at one last example. We want to find the quotient and remainder if 4s4 plus 3x 13x minus 19 is divided by 1 minus x. So 1 minus x is the same as negative x plus 1. We want to divide by 6x4. There is no s cubed, there is no x squared. So we can say it's 0x cubed. There is no s squared, so 0s squared plus 13x minus 19. The reason why is that we want the term to be in order, in descending order, from 4, 3, 2, up to 1. So if there is no s cubed, we have to replace with s squared. If there is no s cubed, we have to replace with 0s cubed. If there is no s squared, replace with 0s squared. If there is no x, replace with 0x. If there is no constant term, the term with no x, we replace with 0. So 6x4 divided by negative x becomes negative 6x cubed. We can multiply negative x plus 1 by negative 6x cubed. Negative x times negative 6x becomes 6x4. 1 times negative 6s cubed becomes negative 6s cubed. And we can subtract. 6s4 minus 6s4 go to 0. 0s cubed minus negative 6s cubed becomes positive 6s cubed. Of course, there is 0s squared here. There is 13x. There is negative 19. We just put them down. Now we got 6s cubed. If we divide 6s cubed by negative x, we have negative 6s squared. So we have negative 6x squared. If we multiply negative x plus 1 by negative 6s squared, negative x times negative 6s squared becomes positive 6s cubed. 1 times negative 6s squared becomes negative 6s squared. If we subtract 6 cubed minus 6s cubed, 6s cubed minus 6s cubed, it goes to 0. 0s squared minus negative 6s squared, we have positive 6s squared. We're still left with positive 13x and negative 19. We can still divide. Negative 6s squared, we divide by, it's positive 6s squared. We divide by x, negative x. We have negative 6x. So negative 6x. We multiply negative x plus 1 by negative 6x. Negative x times negative 6x becomes positive 6s squared. 1 times negative 6x becomes negative 6x. We subtract. 6s squared minus 6s squared goes to 0. 13x minus negative 6x, that is 19x minus 19. We can still divide because this is 19x can still divide negative x. That will give us negative 19. So we have negative 19. Negative x, we multiply negative x plus 1 by negative 19. Negative x times negative 19 becomes positive 19x. 1 times negative 19 becomes negative 19. When we subtract, 19x minus 19x is 0. Negative 19 minus negative 19 is 0. So clearly the quotient is, as we can see, that the quotient is the same as negative 6s cubed minus 6s squared minus 6x minus 19. One more time, the remainder is 0. If the remainder is 0, it means negative x plus 1 is a factor of this equation. Negative x plus 1 is a factor of this equation because when any number divides by its factor, the remainder is 0. All right, see you again for the next class. Thank you for watching.